Exploded now. Fabrizio Romano shares big Eberechi Eze and Tottenham update. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham Hotspur continue to be linked with Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze after years of consistent performances in the Premier League for the Eagles, though Fabrizio Romano has written in his GIVEMESPORT transfer newsletter that a deal would be difficult to complete due to his complex release clause. Eze joined Palace in the summer of 2020 after exceptional performances at Queen's Park Rangers in the Championship, and has been a mainstay in their side ever since, recording 28 goals and 21 assists in the Premier League since making his debut for the South London outfit. This season has been somewhat slower, though Eze has still mustered 2 goals and 6 assists for the club after what was a slow start for Oliver Glasner's men. However, Romano has stated that although Eze has been on Tottenham's shortlist for the best part of 2 years, a complicated and expensive release clause won't tempt him to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this summer, alongside interest from other clubs. Writing in his GIVEMESPORT newsletter, Romano stated that the England international is unlikely to be on his way to North London this season, despite what has been the best calendar year of his career. He said, "He's on Spurs' list since 2023. He's always been highly rated at the club. But the release clause is very expensive and the payment for the clause is not allowed in 3/4 years as usually happens, so that's what makes the deal difficult. And there are more clubs also keen. Tottenham have various stars who can play in the hole, but Ange Postecoglou is an attack-minded coach and is always on the hunt for recruits to score goals wherever he's been. James Maddison and Dejan Kulusevski are the 2 best options who could play behind the striker at present, though Mathis Tel and Lucas Bergvall can play behind the striker. However, Eze's experience and international prowess means that he would be an ideal target, and Tottenham fan pages have called him an absolute baller in the past. If Tottenham can land a deal for the former QPR Academy player, it would be a statement of intent, especially with Eze being able to play off the left-hand side to add competition. Johnny Cardoso drops tantalising hint over Tottenham, taking up bargain summer clause. Real Betis midfielder Johnny Cardoso has dropped a hint over his future with the La Liga outfit, given the deal that is in place for him to potentially join Tottenham Hotspur in the summer transfer window. The North London outfit currently have a £21 million clause to buy the USA star in the summer. Striking that a deal at the time came as somewhat of a surprise for a player who was not particularly heralded, although that's all changed now given Cardoso's outstanding performances at the heart of the Betis midfield this season. However, Tottenham only have a short window to activate that clause, which is valid between June 30th and July 10th for the 24-year-old talent. If Cardoso keeps up his current levels, it will be hard to ignore what could turn out to be one of the bargains of the summer for a player who is also being courted by other clubs. Indeed, recent reports suggest Tottenham do plan on activating Cardoso's clause and bringing him to N17, as they look to improve a midfield that has often underperformed as a whole this term. The player himself refused to discuss specifics when asked about his future, although he did drop a hint that a move could be on the cards if he carries on his good form. When asked about potentially joining Spurs in the summer, he told AS, "I don't think about it. It's in the hands of my father and my agent. I try to enjoy myself and to evolve. Things will happen if my performance in the team is good." If Cardoso does arrive in North London though, there is every chance that he will replace Yves Bissouma in Tottenham's first-team squad. It's growing increasingly likely that the Mali international will move on this summer, given that he is out of contract in 2026 and has not fulfilled his potential during his time with Spurs. Latest reports suggest that Bissouma could be on his way to Crystal Palace, especially given Tottenham's interest in Eagles duo Eberechi and Marc Guehi. Given Bissouma's struggles and Cardoso's standout displays for Betis this season, the USA star would be considered an upgrade in the defensive midfield position, where he would work in tandem with the likes of Rodrigo Bentancur, Lucas Bergvall, Pap Sarr and Archie Gray, who will be hoping to revert to his natural position next term. Cardoso has scored twice and laid on 1 assist in 31 games in all competitions this season, but that's not really his game. Indeed, he is more of a destructive force who is strong at breaking up play and keeping things simple in possession. as is evidenced by his 84.8% passing success rate this season. Mathys Tel has spent enough time to have a fair idea about how his Tottenham Hotspur teammates operate on the pitch. For instance, Tel raved about James Maddison's crazy technique and admitted that he would love to be as brilliant as the Englishman is with the ball at his feet. Mathys Tel has also played several minutes with some of his other big-name teammates, such as Heung-min Son and Dejan Kulusevski at Spurs, and must know why they are truly special players. But it is off the pitch where the Frenchman will take time to get to know them. Having signed on deadline day from Bayern Munich, the 19-year-old must still be familiarising himself with his teammates at Tottenham. The only player at Spurs who he knows well is Wilson Odobert, who Tel is good friends with. But the reason behind Tel and Odobert's friendship, even prior to them pairing up at Tottenham, is because they have played with each other at youth level for France. The Spurs winger must certainly be helping his countrymen settle into life in N17. But in fairness, Tel is enjoying life in London, including the culture which leads Tottenham to believe he could sign for them permanently. In an interview with tempt Sports, the youngster was asked which one of his Lily-White's teammates he wants to get to know the most. Tel named Odobert, Pape Sarr and Yves Bissouma because they can all speak in French, but the player who topped his list was Son, as he said, "The French-speaking players like Bissouma, Pepe, Wilson, but especially Son. Son, yeah." The South Korean is a Tottenham icon and, more importantly, and the ideal candidate to learn off for any youngster. Son is set to stay at Tottenham, which means Tel could have the adequate time to discover more about his character and approach to the game that has made him a Premier League legend. The pair's record in the same side is not the best so far, unfortunately. But Son and Tel have won 2 out of the 3 games they started together against Manchester United and Ipswich Town, only losing 2-1 to Aston Villa in the FA Cup. While in Tottenham's 4-0 defeat against Liverpool, the latter came off the bench. But having not even assisted each other once, Tel and Son should spend time trying to work on their chemistry on the pitch especially, and in turn, off the pitch as well. Exclusive: Cristian Romero will pull out of Argentina squad, says Pascal Chimbonda. Cristian Romero's Argentina call-up has sparked debate among Tottenham Hotspur fans, and former Spurs defender Pascal Chimbonda has now weighed in on the situation. It has been an eventful few weeks for Tottenham's vice-captain, Cristian Romero, who has spent a significant portion of the season on the sidelines. The Argentine centre-back has been out for over 3 months, leaving a noticeable gap in Ange Postecoglou's defensive setup. Although Romero finally returned to Tottenham first-team training last week, he has yet to be included in a matchday squad. His absence from the bench has only fueled speculation about his readiness, with fans eager to see him back in action. Despite this, Argentina boss Lionel Scaloni named Cristian Romero in the squad for the upcoming international break. The decision has not gone down well with sections of the Spurs fanbase, who believe he should focus on regaining match fitness before representing his country. With the controversy brewing, Spurs Web chatted to Pascal Chimbonda regarding Romero's international selection. The former Tottenham defender does not believe the centre-back will actually feature for Argentina, despite the noise. He exclusively told Spurs Web, "I know Tottenham fans will think that a call-up is bad, but I do not think he will play. I believe that Romero will inform Argentina of his injury situation, but will not take part in the international break. I think he will pull out of the squad. No chance he is going to play those games with Argentina. I never pulled out of a game through injury, but I cannot imagine Romero will push to play those international games when he has not even fully recovered at Spurs." Romero's recovery appears to be progressing well, with Postecoglou hinting at a potential return for the Europa League clash against AZ Alkmaar. If that fixture comes too soon, the Argentine could be back for the Premier League match against Bournemouth. However, if he features for Tottenham before the international break, it becomes difficult to believe he would miss high-profile World Cup qualifiers against Brazil and Uruguay. Given his importance to Argentina, the decision will likely come down to whether he prioritises his club's needs or risks pushing himself for his country. That's it for today's update. If you liked the video and want to keep up with everything Tottenham, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for our latest content. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with other Spurs fans. Let's build our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!